All right, welcome. Today, we are going to break down one of the most fundamental concepts in all of finance, the time value of money. Okay, so let's kick things off with a simple question for you. Which one would you pick? Now, if you instinctively leaned towards getting the money today, you're definitely not alone. And that gut feeling you have, it actually reveals a powerful truth about how money works over time.
See? It's not just a hunch. It's a core financial principle. And why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. Money you have right now can work for you. It can be invested, it can earn interest, it can grow into something more. That potential gives it more value today than just the promise of that same amount tomorrow. So, what's the engine that actually drives this change in value over time? It really all boils down to one crucial thing: the interest rate.
The interest rate, which we'll just call R for short, is basically the price of time. It's the return you expect to get for letting someone else use your money for a while, but it's also the cost you have to pay to borrow theirs. A really good way to think about it is as your opportunity cost. It's the potential return you're giving up by spending that money today instead of investing it.
Now, what's really interesting is that this rate, this R, isn't just some random number pulled out of thin air. It's actually a bundle of different things that compensate you for taking on risk. For example, it's got to cover inflation, right? Because you want to make sure your money can buy the same amount of stuff a year from now. It also has to account for the risk that, the borrower might not pay you back. All these little premiums get added together to build the final interest rate. All right, so now that we have our engine, the interest rate, we can start doing some financial time travel, which is pretty cool. We can actually calculate money's value at different points in time. So let's follow the journey of $100. You start with a present value of $100. At a 5% interest rate, after 1 year, it grows to $105. Simple enough. But look at year 2. It's not just $110, it's $110.25. Wait a second. Where did that extra 25 cents come from? Well, that is the magic of compounding. You're not just earning interest on your original $100 anymore. You're now earning interest on your interest. And the best part is, we don't have to guess. We can calculate this precisely. The future value is just your present value times this little factor that accounts for the interest rate, R, and the number of years, N. This formula is your crystal ball. It lets you project what any amount of money today is going to be worth down the road. And of course, it works in reverse too. We can take a future sum of money and time travel backwards to see what it's worth in today's dollars. This process is called discounting, and it's absolutely essential when you're trying to compare two different investments that pay you back at different times.
Okay, but let's be real. Life isn't usually about just one single payment, right? We often deal with these regular, repeating cash flows, like a salary or a car payment or subscription. So how in the world do we value a whole stream of payments?
Well, there's a name for that in finance, and it's called an annuity. It's just a fancy word for any cash flow that's the same amount, paid at regular intervals for a set period of time. If you've got that, you're dealing with an annuity. Now, here's a crucial detail about annuities. It all comes down to timing. With an ordinary annuity, the payment happens at the end of the period. Think of a typical car loan payment. But with an annuity due, it happens right at the beginning, like paying your rent for the month ahead. It seems like a small detail, but believe me, getting this right is critical if you want an accurate valuation. Okay, but what if those payments just never stopped? What if they went on forever? I mean, how on earth could you calculate the value of that? Your brain probably says, well, that's infinite. But, and this so cool, finance has this incredibly elegant solution. That concept is called a perpetuity, and it's a really powerful idea we use to value assets that are expected to kick off cash flow pretty much indefinitely. Think about certain kinds of stocks, or maybe a university endowment that's set up to pay out scholarships literally forever. And get this, here is that elegant solution. The math is shockingly simple. The present value of that infinite stream of payments is just the annual payment amount, A, divided by the interest rate, R. That's it. It's an incredibly simple and just powerful formula.
Okay, let's take a breath. We've covered single payments, we've talked about annuities, and we even tackled perpetuities. Now, let's put all of these building blocks together into a powerful tool you can use to make real-world financial decisions.
This right here, the cash flow additivity principle, this is like your financial superpower. It's the key that unlocks pretty much any financial problem you'll ever face. Basically, it just means you can take any messy, complicated investment and just break it down into those simple building blocks we just learned: single payments and annuities.
So, here it is, your practical 3-step financial toolkit. Step 1, just map everything out. Identify every single payment, whether it's a one-off or part of an annuity. Step 2, time travel. Use those present value formulas to drag all that future money back to today, so you're comparing apples to apples. And step 3, just add it all up. That final number gives you the total value of the entire opportunity, right here, right now.
And that, at the end of the day, is the real power of understanding the time value of money. It's not just some abstract theory. It's a practical framework for making smarter decisions. It gives you the tools to look into the future and understand the true value of the choices you're making today. So I'll leave you with this. Now that you can value time, what's your next financial decision really worth?